An object is placed between f and 2f of a converging lens. The image form is dash A, real, magnify, and upright. B, real, diminish, and upright. C, virtual, magnify, and inverted. D, real, magnify, and inverted. Now, looking at this question now, F that we are talking about is your what? Your principal focus. Let me shift it a little bit forward. This F, and here, let's say here is 2F. Now, let's see here is F, and here is what? 2F. Now, here is F, here is 2F, 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 then here is F, here is what? 2F, here is F, and here is what? 2F. Now, I want to show you different things, use the opportunity to show you more of what you have seen here. Now, if we place the object between F and what? And 2F, that is the object there. The image will form behind what? Behind 2F. Please take note of that. This side is negative image, while here is positive image. So any image that is formed here is negative. Any image that is to be virtual, magnified. Magnified, erect, and virtual. But any image that is formed here should be inverted and real. But we cannot talk about whether it's magnified or not, depending on the position. Now, if I draw this here now, a parallel ray will go here. So then there will a ray of light that will pass through the what? To cut this particular one. So this a parallel ray that will now reflect. So the parallel ray will reflect and meet at this point. Now, the image that is formed is what? Real here, inverted, and what? Magnified or enlarged. Now, for this particular one, if that's the question now, if you want to really answer this question now, the answer to that question will be what? The image will be formed on the opposite side or the positive image side to be real, inverted, and magnified, and it will form behind 2F. So that is just that. So the answer is what? Real, what? Inverted, and magnified. That should be what? Option D. Real, magnified, and inverted. But what if they now put the object at what? At 2F. Please take note of that. If they put the object at 2F, it will form at also 2F. And it will be the same size as the object. That means that the image will be formed at what? At 2F. In that case now, it will be same size, real, and what? And inverted. So I told you any image that formed here is inverted and real. Here is what? Now let me put it what? Between F and P. So that means anything you have real, inverted, and same size as the object. But if I put it between F and P, for instance, I want to do straight thing here. What will happen now is that, look at it. You pass through F, then this one will go like this. Then it will go like this. This one will meet. Now, it will pass through the optical center. Now, there are two rays that you notice here. One always passes through the optical center undeviated. Then the one that passes that is parallel will be refracted to what? Through the principal focus. Now, this image that will be formed here will be what? It will be virtual, erect, and what? And magnified. And if you check, why is it virtual? Because it's formed here. This particular diagram is what we call a magnifying glass. This is a very good example of a simple microscope. Because this is an example of a simple microscope. It uses one word, lenses. I told you when you watch my video, a simple microscope or all microscope uses a shortcut called Moses. Moses is what? All microscope objective lens is shorter, the eyepiece lens is shorter. So that means that the objective and the eyepiece length of a microscope is short, even though we know that the eyepiece length is higher focal length than the objective length, because it's the one that is serving as a magnifying guide. So this one is what? Magnify, erect, that is upright, and what? Virtual. So if you have gone to choose option A now, upright, magnified, no, that's not even that one. That one is not even here, because option A is saying read, magnify, and upright. Read, magnify, and upright. We have some people who go and choose read miniature, so that is not the answer. But the assignment I want to give you now, before I will draw the last one, if I place an object at F, where will the image form? Now, it will be formed at what? Infinity. So these two lines will be parallel. So there will be a parallel. It will be formed at infinity. It will be formed at infinity. It will be real, inverted, and what? Form at infinity. So my assignment for you is that, what do we notice if this object is placed behind C, behind 2F? If the object is placed behind 2F, where will the image form? Where will the image form? Will it describe the image and send in the comment section? But for this question, the answer to the question is what? Real, inverted, and what? Magnify. So, and that is option D. Thank you.